Hello everyone, myself Uday Datrak. I am planning to teach 100 plus web application security issues in just 20 hours guys. You don't need to have any basic skills, you don't need to have any programming skills. Just watch from lesson 0, you will be understanding 100 unique security issues easily. Yes, search in YouTube for Bug Bounty Uday Datrak. I have already uploaded 60 plus videos. I will be uploading daily 1 or 2 videos guys. Now today we will discuss about HTML injection. As the name itself says that we will try to inject the HTML code in the web application guys. If the web application process the HTML code, then we say application is vulnerable to HTML injection. Let's see how guys. This can be exploited in many scenarios. This can also be bypassed even though if the application is protected using double encoding. There are many ways are there to bypass the blacklist validations, output encoding using and double encoding kind of things, and data sanitization method bypassing techniques. There are many techniques are there. So today we'll talk only about the basic examples. In the later videos I'll be showing you how to bypass them, because all together will take 1 hour guys. But first of all, at least you need to understand what is HTML injection actually. Okay, to do this, let's use the same application which we used before. Let's assume there is search page. You need to check this HTML injection in all the pages where your data is reflecting back guys, just like cross-site scripting. What we had done to check cross-site scripting guys, we entered some text, and if the text is reflected back, then we entered some script alert 1 script, right? So now the script is executed earlier, but the thing is some websites what they do is they will search for script tags within the HTML request, and if they find the script tags, they'll convert them to HTML entities as we discussed earlier, so the scripts will not be executed, or else they will completely block the request if they come across this word like script word kind of thing. So in such scenarios, you need to, instead of executing some JavaScript tags, you need to execute some HTML basic tags kind of thing. For example, I will show you one example. H1 means header tag guys. You don't need to remember multiple tags guys. You can also, I'll show you the later technique how you can check it within just fraction of seconds. Now let's understand the basic one. The H1 is a header tag guys. Always the HTML tag ends with slash. So now if I enter this word in the search box, what happened guys? Now the text is like header is converted to, this tags converted the original text to header tags itself. Now it formed a header here. Can you see? Yes, it's like. So now the application is vulnerable to HTML injection because your HTML tags are actually working. If the application is not vulnerable to HTML tags, in the response you could see something like this only. The same text you could be seeing, not this one. Like what do you say? How could, in the response you could see something the same text itself. Like, let me show you so that the script will not be. Oh, tags will go inside the, what do you say, the HTML source itself, and it looks something like this. The tags will not be executed, or else in the response you could see the complete input of this one. Whatever you entered you could see as it is, but the tags will not be executed. If it is vulnerable, then it will be something like your text will be in bold. This is more than enough to check guys. So now what is the actual issue here? Now we are not stealing any data from the application, and we are not even trying to hack any users of the application. But if you send this, if you post this link in some websites got, like let's say hacked by Uday and all data stolen, let's say all passwords are stolen, like if you could see now within the I'll copy this URL and I'll post in some social media websites. People think that this is a original website, and if they click on this link they will think that the site actually got hacked, and it will be a defaming to the company and users will never log in into an application, right? So it's like a word of like bad mouth kind of. So yeah, this is the impact. Actually we are not impacting the, we are not trying to hack the application, but someone will post this particular link everywhere so that whoever the visitor will come across this link, or else what hacker will do is, using user enumeration technique, he'll try to identify all the users in the application and he will email them this particular link. So whenever the victim sees the user see this link, and if he clicks on that, then he will think that the website actually got hacked and he will never log in into the application. So this is it guys, the HTML injection. And you should not report the HTML injection and cross-site scripting both together in one report guys. If you want to report, you can report cross-site scripting as a medium level issue or high level issue based on the impact, and this HTML injection as low level issue you can report, but don't report both as the same priority itself, right? So cross-site scripting, if you come across that, medium to high level based on the impact, and HTML injection is information low level or informational issue, because if they try to fix the XSS improperly, then there are chances that HTML injection can happen. So since we are reporting both the issues, like then they can fix both the issues. Yeah, that's it guys.